Hello, everyone. Welcome to another live about 2026. I see the internet is working. It was a little bit difficult, a little bit slow, but now I see that it's working. So can you just confirm if you can see and hear me well? Let me know. Let me know. Okay. I think it's going. Oh, okay. More people coming into the house. All right. Let me know. I'm going to go. Oh, I can see it here. Hello, Aisha. Oh, nice to see you here. Hello, everyone. Harold, thank you for being a moderator. Water Demicry. Hello. Oh, a lot of people coming in. Welcome, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here at the end of the year so that we can really go deep and see what next year will bring. I think it's such a great time to really reflect on what's been going on with us and to make sure that we just keep expanding and ascending and moving up and up and up and up all the time, right? That's what we want. And that's what we're here for today. Okay. Blessings, blessings. See and hear me. Thank you so much. Okay, because I've got a different camera here. Because when I go live on the phone, it's always mirrored, no matter what I do. I tried everything. So, okay, beautiful. How are you all doing? Were you here yesterday? Yesterday, we channeled some interesting things about what's coming up. And one huge theme that has come up all the time in the past few years, and that has been coming to me, is here, the great split, 3D, 5D. Up or down? Where are we going? Yesterday, we already looked at this. Okay, in yesterday's live stream, we already channeled more or less where we're going. So basically, it did show that split that a lot of people will awaken and go up. A lot of ones who have not awakened will be pulled down because they do not want to awaken, and some are just going to be neutral. Okay, so oh my goodness, I just spilled my tea, my friends. Oh, you want to see it? Look at this mess. I just spilled my green tea all over with my elbow. Why am I spilling the tea? Shall we spill some tea today? Oh my goodness. Some of us are going up, some of us are going down, some of us are going swimming. I'm just going to clean this up a little bit, guys. And some of us will be on dry land. Okay. Water priestess, did you send me some cleansing waters here? Okay, let me clean this up. Oh, I got a little wet. That's okay. Ooh, okay. Cosmic whale in the house here. Water is always good. Okay. While I'm doing this, maybe it's the chance for you to get tea. You see, this is starting in a very interesting way. I made a video which I did not release because I found it a little too negative. Oh, it even went down here on the second layer. And it was about they trying to take you down and sending you all kinds of weird energies along the way. So I don't think that's it, but 1 second. What do you think, my beautiful friends? What do you say? Aisha, cosmic dolphin in the house. Okay, we do need a little bit of water then. Water is always good. We are being baptized now. Let us be baptized to dive deeply into the Akashic records and channel some truths. Okay, it's getting a little more dry. Almost done, my friends. Almost done. Okay. Ooh. Aha, thank you, moderator. You're doing your work, I see. Oh, yeah. Dear moderator, maybe we need a second one. Anyone who feels a little off, okay, who's commenting here. And for all of you, things falling down now. Anyone who feels a little off in your life where you're not sure, thank you, no, I will block you until I know more. It's very important. Okay, Your favorite element, water. Oh, I'm still swimming. Even my feet got wet. Thank goodness there is floor heating here where I'm staying with my beautiful cousins. So at least the floor is not cold because we have ice and snow here in Germany where I am. Okay. Triple fire sign. Okay. I think what I can, that I can, of course, very often. Okay. All right, my friends. Oh, you're sending hearts. Beautiful. Okay. So now that we have been baptized in my beautiful secret document here, Starseed Origins cheat sheet that I created, got baptized as well. So, yeah, it's going to be powerful today. So we have 37 people in the house. Beautiful. I just saw 555 in the live time. Okay. My friends, the great split. It's happening. It's happening. It has been happening. So let's dive into it, my friends. Let's go over here. And let's make the shift, because you know I like to work in the Akashic records. Let's make the shift to open the Akashic records before we do anything. So we have those open. So we are tapping in to truth, to deeper knowledge, to higher wisdom. That's how I like to work, opening the Akashic records before I talk about anything, before I channel anything. So I'm sure that I'm getting information from a very neutral place, a place of truth, right? A lot of you have worked with me, so I think you can say yes to that, right? Yesterday we did it too. So, my beautiful friends, again, I'm inviting you to come with me into the Akashic records. So what we see is truth. We can tap in collectively into the human field, into Earth, into Gaia, into next year again, and see what's going to happen with the split of dimensions, of worlds, 3D, 5D. And I'm already getting a lot of information. Okay, let's tap in officially. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Tapping in, making the shift on the count of 3, 2, 1. A deep breath, shifting into your heart space, the portal of your heart, moving through into space. As we're going deeper, everything is expanding. We're getting smaller. Everything is expanding. We're going deeper in 8th dimension, Akashic records. Now, halls of the records we're in. Make that shift, my friends. That's how fast it goes. In a second, you can be there. We even took longer than a second. In a second, you can be there. And I'm inviting you to be with me. Okay? So, we are in the Akashic records, those great halls, that great library. Today, I'm seeing the quantum field like threads of quicksilver moving around, bright flashes of quicksilver. Tuning in to the Akashic records of Mother Gaia, please open the records. Thank you, thank you, thank you, my gatekeeper. Thank you, Akashic records gatekeeper, Arcturian wizard. Thank you. All our guides are here again. Thank you. Akashic records of Mother Gaia rising in front of us. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Seeing the universe expand like this, even though it's a contained space, moving into 2026. Quicksilver threads coming in. It's like pretty magical. Are you feeling it, my friends? Just be open to anything that comes up from within you as I am speaking, as we are talking about the great split, for you to see and feel and know together with me. Are we there? Are we there? Yes. 42 people in the house. You guys are amazing. Okay. Did you feel something? Did you feel a little bit of a shift? not understand the fifth dimension. You will understand when we go into it now. You will understand. I will explain everything exactly. Oh, you're going to so understand. You're going to remember better. Okay, so we are there getting knowledge and wisdom from the Akashic records, the book of life of Mother Gaia. Okay, there we go. Mother Gaia. Okay, these are the different dimensions. Third dimension, fifth dimension, fourth dimension. And I am being guided to go back a little bit. Before we go forward, we have to go back. Today I was on my meditative walk, and what came in is coming in again now. Gaia, at the very beginning, was meant to be a 5D planet. 5D. So when Gaia was born, that beautiful planet that we have started to manifest life, it was very, very young. And Gaia went from 1D is unity. There is nothing separate yet. 1D is kind of like 12D. It's the God level, but it's the base level. So 1D, that's supposed to be a 1. And Gaia was meant to rise into the fifth dimension very fast as a fifth dimensional planet. So 1D, 2D, 3D. The fourth dimension, in my frame of reference, is just the in-between place of time and space and astral realms. It's not really like a proper dimension. It is a dimension. It can be plus or minus. And it's the dimension of thought, of dreams, or of nightmares, of the false light as well when it's negative. It's a realm of magic and imagination, right? And time and space as well. So it's like an in-between dimension. And Gaia was meant to rise from 1D to 5D. So in that time, I saw what I'm seeing now in times of Lemuria, pre-Lemuria. Gaia was a pristine planet. Such a beautiful, pristine planet. No negativity, a planet evolving, bringing forth her children. That is all of creation. In the times of Lemuria, okay, the dragons came down to seed the human blueprint from the Lyrans, okay? So from Lyra came the dragons, like a long time ago, like dragons, right? Oh, can I even draw dragons here? How do you draw dragons? This is the wings, right? These are the dragons, okay. Does it look a little bit like a dragon? How do dragons look? All right, not so bad, eh? The dragons came in from higher dimensions to see the human blueprint, my friends. I'm seeing it again. I'll make a video about Lemuria one day. That was what Lemuria was, okay? So the dragons came in from Lemuria, seeding Gaia with a human blueprint. When there was a straight path to 5D where we were meant to be a long time ago, right? This is like time a little bit, right? But in those volatile times, as we were already, like, I'm seeing it, okay, I'm seeing time, space, and human seated like in a dragon's egg, right? The dragon's egg is here. And in this cocoon of development and evolution of mankind, the human blueprint was brought in dragon eggs to be placed into the tree of life on Earth. And I'm seeing this whole time and space evolution kind of like a gestation of humanity. And it wasn't fixed yet. We were moving up. It was 5D, but everything was still not fixed. And before we could rise to 5D, what do you think happened? What happened? Does this make sense? Does this make sense? What happened? The negative beings came. All right, so negative beings came. Let's have them come from here. This was still, we're supposed to rise into the 5th dimension and higher, right? So negative beings came in. I'll put them from below. From below. Okay. Which were the negative beings? Okay. It's kind of demonic. I'm trying to draw something negative. Okay. Okay, those are claws. Can you see? Draconians, okay. We know about this. We have to talk about it, my friends. So, this is what I was shown on my walk, and this is what's coming through again, all right? So, the Draconians, they came in and they stopped us from moving up into the 5th dimension. So, they pulled Earth down. Also, who else came? Anunnaki, for example. And they corrupted the humans. So a lot of humans became negative as well. So you see, they came in to pull Earth from where it's meant to be here, where it was still like in this cocoon type phase. Pulled Earth, let's say down. So we can say there's like it spiraled down a little bit, right? It spiraled down. And then what happened, my friends? Then what happened? Yes, oneness. So the dimensions explained, oneness is unity consciousness, but the very beginning, the very base. So that is how I see it when a planet is still unity consciousness and doesn't have that much form. It's beginning to have form. The 2nd dimension is when it gets rocks and some plants and it starts to individuate. The 3rd dimension is what we are in right now, right? Still is a dimension of separation. It can be really beautiful, 3D. 3D does not have to be negative. It's only negative when negative beings come. But 3D can be a beautiful experience where we experience the I am separate from everything else. The 5th dimension is a higher state of consciousness, a higher dimension that is based on unity and love. It's like a heavenly dimension, and everything strives towards the light. So when planets are born, they strive towards the light. In this everlasting cycle of expansion, contraction, and through the ages, but basically everything that is separating strives towards the light again. Okay, so when this happens, before a true 5th dimensional place is reached with all the different dimensions in a planet, negative beings can come in when a place is vulnerable, where there's still a lot of 3rd dimension. They can come in and corrupt and destroy and keep the planet down. And this is what happens then. Boom, 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 it spirals down. And what happened then? What happened then? Next part, my friends. What happened then was the star seeds came in from above. Let's keep them blue. Star seeds came in times of Lemuria and Atlantis. Let's write Atlantis. In different times they came in, the star seeds, okay? Like you and me. We came because Earth was plummeting down. We came in to counteract the influence of the negative ones. So who came in? The Arcturians, the Syrians, the Pleiadians, very high dimensional beings, right? So many more. Alpha Centauri, Beta Centauri. Of course, more Lyrans from Lyra, Andromedans, right? Please, you and me, we came. Maybe you remember, maybe this resonates. You came in the olden days to stop humanity and the earth from spiraling down into negative nightmare realms, which can happen. It's happened to other planets. What do you think Mars is, or Mars was? Other planets also got dragged down into very negative nightmare realms, negative dimensions. And this is what the negative beings were trying to do. So we, as beautiful starseeds, heard the call and came. We all hear about the 144,000. I don't think it's like the exact number. There's more of us, but we heard the call. You heard the call, and you came in the times of Lemuria, Atlantis, and in between as well. All of you who are here, we're here for a reason. And every time I work with one of you, you're all ancient. You have all heard the call. You're all the light workers. And every single one of you has been here in those ancient times because you heard the call, and that's why you're here now. That makes sense? Yes. That's why I always say you're so important. You're the one who's gonna change this world and save this world. I always say this. Okay, so this is what happened. Beautiful star beings came in to counteract this. So Earth was able to be pulled up again and moved forward. But what's going on here? What's going on here now? We have been pulled up and down. It's been a mess. It's been a mess for a long time. And we are here. I would say, let's say this is us now, right here. This is now, okay? And what does it look like? It's a mess of third dimension, minus fourth dimension, fifth dimension. We are trying to pull Earth up. They are still trying to pull Earth down. And one thing which is really important with this great split, the great split, I'll talk about that in a minute. What is important is what you already know, I hope, and which I've been getting again and again, and other beautiful starseeds and lightworkers are saying the same thing. The fifth dimensional breakthrough has happened. It's happening. Like yesterday, we saw in our prophecy everything going this way for next year. But this timeline has been established. That's what I feel. We're going up. We are ascending, okay? It is certain, 100%. We've had a breakthrough in the past few years. This was clear to me. So we are winning, but it's because of us. It's because of you. It's because of me. It's because of all the beautiful people and starseeds, most likely, because a lot of earther souls are still fast asleep. Most of humanity is asleep, and those are the earther souls who are not starseeds, right? Not all of them, but a great percentage, because they did not come from other dimensions. They have been on Gaia throughout all of this, and they have not come from higher realms. We, the starseeds, have come from higher dimensions. We already have ascended in our incarnational cycles on our planets. So we come from 5D, 6D, 7D, 8D, even 9D, 11, and 12. All of these higher dimensions, okay? 12D is God, source consciousness, okay? So we have come from ascended star nations. The star nations are the ascended ones. Some of these stars have already ascended into their sun, okay? When we ascend with our planet, in the end, we ascend so high that we ascend into our sun. We become part of our sun, our star. That's why sometimes you can say, Arcturus, the star. It's a planet, but it's ascended into their star. That's the highest form of unity, ascension. Did you know that? Let me see what you're saying. Did you know that? Somehow I don't think I'm seeing the caught up chats here. Yay, thank you, Susanna. Thank you, everyone. So let me see. I'm going to open this on my phone. I still have tea leaves. I still have tea leaves on my phone. Okay, I'm going to open it so I can see the comments here because somehow I'm not seeing the comments there. Let me see. The internet is not the best at the moment. Let me see. Oh, come on here. Yes, someone is saying yes. Okay. It's not my phone. Look at this. Look at this. I'm not getting the stream here. That's okay. I'll just wait for that to open. So, does that make sense? We came from higher dimensions. So, going back to this, it's easier for us to awaken now. Basically, when we come from higher realms to incarnate in a human body, we're downgrading, we're like squeezing all of our expanded consciousness and soul into a human body in the third dimension, right? Which is not easy. It's really not easy. So, when that happens, and we have windows of awakening, we have dedicated ourselves. So we are now starseed origin Earth as well, right? If you're a Pleiadian coming here, you've had 300 lives. Now you are starseed origin Earth after being Pleiadian. So we are part of it. We are in it. And for us, it's easier to awaken. For us, we have experienced the higher dimensions. We know what it is. We already have our soul at a very high vibrational level. And humans who are not starseeds, who have come from the origins here, they have not experienced these higher dimensions. So they have to go through it all, right? It's not so easy for them to wake up because they can't remember. They don't have the remembrance of higher dimensions, but we do. So that's why we came. And we are here now. And now is a very important time in history. It's so important because now the negative beings here, they feel and know that we are awakening, that a lot of humanity is awakening. And they are afraid that we will slip out of their grasp because you know what happens? When we go up, there's this line at some point, right? There's this line where they cannot reach us anymore. There's something else I'm getting. I'm reminded of when a planet has ascended, but not all of it, partially ascended, and the planet is still multidimensional. Negative beings can, from the third dimension, collapse the fifth back down again if they're very powerful and do horrible things. It's possible, but only when a planet is still rooted in a lower dimension to a great degree, because a planet is also multidimensional. Our mother Gaia is multidimensional. She resides in all these dimensions, right? But depending where we are mainly, you see what I mean? It's like, when I say we're multidimensional, I see us like a funnel. Like, imagine like a cross piece like this. You're standing here and there's a cross piece. We're in the third, but we're also in the fifth and sixth and seventh because our soul is multidimensional, right? In the end, all our lives can be seen as simultaneous. So we are sixth, seventh, eighth dimensional, fifth dimensional at the same time as living our life here. So we are truly multidimensional beings. Does that make sense? So if a planet is multidimensional, but a lot of the population also still in the third, and you do this cross section, and there's still a lot of energy here, the negative ones can still corrupt this and collapse this whole thing down back into the third dimension. I think that's what happened in these times here, right? So right now, they are trying to pull us down. Okay? Sorry, keep moving this. They're trying to pull us down. They're again here, like here, trying to spiral our timeline down. Like this, right? But we are here and we are trying to spiral our timeline up, right? And that's the war between dark and light. Does this not look like a mess? This is a mess, my friends. So this is where we're at. We're at this point, and this is like a convergence point of great importance because we have already won. They know this, they feel this, and they're trying their best. And because we know that we're going up, that's why so many dark things are revealed. The revelation of the dark things, everything that's happening, you know, revelation. Things are coming to light because of this cauldron, this explosive cauldron, and beams of light coming in, and they are trying to pull us down so hard that we are awakening. COVID was a time of awakening because it was just too much. Like when you pressure people too hard, they awaken at some point, right? So this is what's happening. And I feel every single year where like the point is getting like more compressed and it's getting more dense and it's getting more crazy. But you know what happens? At some point it goes and it explodes. And I feel we are at the explosive point right now in 2026. Okay? 2026 in the future there. I think it's really going to explode. I feel it might take a few more years for the explosion to be complete, but there's got to be such an explosion that a lot of people will awaken, boom, and choose to say no, choose to step into the power, and choose to connect with the light even more. Some will be still pressured, pulled down, here, right? Into minus 4D. That is the descension timeline. So the split is ascension, which means rising into the fifth dimension, into new earth, heaven on earth. That which we always talk about, that is ascension. And this is let me see if I can spell this right, descension, okay? Oh, what a mess is this here, my friends. But does it make sense? I know you're following this, right? So this is really important, my friends. Descension. This is the descension timeline. And that is part of the great split that parts of Earth are already pulled down. Parts of Earth are pulled down. And I always say it, certain countries, certain places, China, North Korea, South America, certain places where there's absolute control, dictators. Haiti, I live in the Dominican Republic, so I know a lot about Haiti. Part of that is in the negative fourth dimension, the nightmare realms, where it's just a nightmare. It's absolutely horrible. It's horrible. So part of Earth is already like wavering between negative 4D and 3D. Let's put 3D here. 3D. Negative 4D and 5D. All right, the fifth dimension. And I mean, it's hard, my friends. It's hard. Rising into the fifth dimension right now, even though we're awakened, we know all this, it's hard. And some of us don't want to. Some of us have chosen, we talked about this yesterday, to stay here, even a little bit down here to help the rest of humanity, to not abandon them, to help, to shine our light there, okay? To show the darkness, to be part of that big, I would say, opening of of that kind of worms that's below here, you know, being part of those who will show the darkness, who will go in there deeply into those negative dark places. I mean, we know about this human trafficking that's going on. We know that there are people who were in it or know about it, and they chose to incarnate there to make it explode from the inside, to show, right? A lot of starseeds did a kind of sacrificial life because they knew they were strong enough to break open the system of the deep dark things, right? We know about that. So I'm going to answer your questions in a minute. I'm seeing interesting questions. So 2026, it's important. We'll focus on that and we'll channel a little bit of that great split. So the split is this. The split is this. Let's go deep again, so I don't just speak from what I knew before to see if new information comes, all right? Let's go deep again. Let's go deep again. Come with me, come with me, come with me. 2026 in the great split. So if you choose to do your job as a light worker and way shower, sometimes you don't choose that consciously. You think, why am I not being able to experience paradise on earth? Why can't I ascend so fast? But you are ascending. You're choosing. You chose before you came. So feel into it if it's you. Feel into it. Perhaps you chose to be in a difficult place and not manifest living on your paradise island with the dolphins and with beautiful people and with no problems. Maybe you didn't choose that. Maybe you did choose to stay a little longer in these chaotic cauldrons of dimensions and the wombs of humanity breaking open and the deep dark things rising to the surface, so you could be a catalyst in some way. Perhaps you did not do that consciously, but think about it. Perhaps you can remember. I know that I did that. I did that because I was thinking, why do I still have so many problems? Why am I still being faced with draconian people coming into my life trying to ruin me and things like that? Why still things happen? It's because I chose to stay in this dimension and to expose myself to negativity so I could break it open, so I could be the warrior in the battle of dark and light. And you are that warrior too. I feel a lot of us could have gone up already, separated from the rest of humanity. So a lot of humanity is here, a lot is here, a lot is here. Most of them are still here in the center, like third dimension. And next year is going to be a bit of this explosiveness, I feel, where a lot of humanity will wake up and they need us beside them to show them the way, to just spread the light, to be the light, even if they don't speak to us. But we have to be the voice in the darkness. We have to be there so they can see someone, find someone who is loving, who is high vibrational, who's compassionate, who operates based on love, not just greed, lust, money, all that stuff, negativity, evil. It's important that we're here right in the middle of it. That is how we are the warriors of light. You see? So the great split in the fifth dimension, how it can happen physically when we choose to. And I remember when I first went to the Dominican Republic a few years ago, I went there again. I had heaven on earth experiences. So beautiful. I went there and I saw everything in light. I was at that beautiful beach every day. I swam in the waters. It was so beautiful. There were no great problems that I had. It was very smooth. And then at some point, things shifted and changed. And I saw the dark places again. And it came back to me. And now I know it was my soul's choice not to move into the fifth dimension yet. So a fifth dimensional move and fifth dimensional splitting off from the rest of humanity, for example, because humanity as a whole is not going into 5D quite yet, right? So individually or little groups of people can split off, go into 5D by doing your work, raising your vibration, remembering who you are, activating your heart every single day, passing that test. Remember, I said you are tested every day, passing the test and reacting on the basis of divine love, choosing divine love in every moment, right? Standing in your sovereignty, all that, right? You can do to then manifest paradise on earth. That means you will get into a better and better position and place. You will find places to live where there's not a lot of strife and problems. You will avoid any political problems. It's just gonna, You're just going to override it. It's not going to affect you. You may be in it. You won't be persecuted by the negatives anymore. You are just going to have a better and better and better life, and you're not even going to see the negativity that much. It's going to like fade into the background, and you will start to have a beautiful divine life, more and more heavenly. That's what it is. Does that make sense? The NPCs you're talking about. Okay. See, we all descended into this reality to anchor the light. Blue sky says, yes. Yes. So that's what can happen if you choose to do so. And I started to experience that, my friends, years ago when I was really like awakening to this whole concept, right? That we are divine beings that came from the stars, that we are ascended masters descending down into the third dimension to help humanity rise, and that we can rise again. My focus was on ascension. I want to ascend. And now my focus is I want to do and serve in any which way that humanity needs me so we can all ascend. Or most of us, those who choose to, right? But I've been seeing, and a lot of people have been seeing, we are rising. Like I said, the timeline is established, but I'm not sure if everyone will come. There has to be a split because, first of all, there's negative beings who choose to stay negative. Then there are human beings who refuse to wake up, who just will subdue themselves to those who rule the world, who are still the negatives, right? Who are pulling us down, all the systems. And that is a descension process. They will descend. So I feel the earth like this, like the dimensions, like the same earth, but the different dimensions will split like this. And we will be living on the same planet, but we will not see each other. And when the split is like complete, they will not perceive us anymore. They are going to descend into very hellish, nightmarish realms. I mean, it would be great if they just stay the same, but that's not going to happen because we are going to split from them. So do we want to split right now and just let them catapult into the hellish realms? No, we are staying right here. Okay, so that's us. Us standing with our feet firmly on the ground, right? I think I have to take a drawing class. We are angelic beings, okay? I'm going to draw this. We are fifth dimensional beings. That's why I tell you guys, you are angels. Earth angels, you are. Okay? So let's at least make a body here. Maybe I'll make a little dress. The men don't have to wear this dress, okay? So, all right. We are here. Boom! We're standing here, okay? We're right here in the center, holding the space. Being strong, doing our work, blessing the earth, casting out demons, inviting in our starseed brothers and sisters and the angels and the ascended masters, asking Mother Mary to come in, heal our hearts and heal humanity's hearts. We are here doing our work for the good of all beings. That's why we haven't ascended yet. So do we really want that? It's uncomfortable here because we're in the middle of it. We're like, boom, 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 affected. Like we're being attacked, we're affected, we're trying to be brought down as well. So we have to find like a medium, a stable in-between space where we can still be in the third dimension to stop all this nonsense, right? But not be affected and destroyed by it. And that's the trick. And that's really, really, really difficult, right? Because they can attack us because we still choose to be here. In the end, we'll be okay, but it's very difficult. It's difficult. So we have to rise as ascended masters, walking this earth like Buddha, like Jesus, like Mother Mary, like Mary Magdalene. They walk this earth as high dimensional beings, bringing the fifth dimension down, but working with humanity and helping humanity, casting out demons, standing up, doing work in their different ways. Everyone does work in their own unique way, and so are you. So this is us, this is you, standing here, doing your work in your own unique way. And The great split. I'm getting a 20% for 2026, okay? A 20% furtherment, like, right? The split will be more crass, will be 20% more. So 2026 is not going to be over. I feel it's going to move forward. I think yesterday we saw 2030, where you will own nothing and you will be happy. Right? Those ones here, not us. I don't think that's going to happen like that. Like, you are here and I'm here and we are here to prevent this. And like I said, the heaven on earth timeline has been established. It's going to happen. And so I believe this split, you know, it's a bit hard to talk about a split because we're kind of condemning a lot of people and saying, okay, they're not going to awaken. They're going to slide into controlled states of the negative ones who are, kind of choking them more and more, like in certain countries that we talked about. For example, North Korea does not know about our existence. They don't know what it's like here. It's like they think the whole world is like that. They've already slipped so deeply into here that they cannot see us. That's a physical example of the split of the worlds. When you live somewhere and it's so nightmarish that you don't even know what the other world is like. You have no internet, you have no communication. You think this is your life and it's nightmare. So they don't perceive us anymore. So they've split off. And those dark things that are coming to light, that is part of the split as well. And we couldn't see it. Why is it so hard for us to believe? Like, in pure daylight, when we hear of all these Epstein files, these, human trafficking, for me, that's the worst of the worst, like wars as well. Why is it so hard for us to believe it? We know it's true, but why is it taking so long to come to the surface? Why does it seem like such a strange thing? Because it's in the negative fourth dimension. That is a realm that has formed, that is underground, that is split off. It's split off. That's why we didn't know about it for such a long time. We didn't know about it because it had split off from our consciousness of the third dimension. But now, because of our light coming in, those deep, dark, festering wounds of humanity, like here, the fourth dimension, it's like, like, I don't know how to even draw this deep, dark, festering wound type thing, my friends. Oh my gosh, we're going deep, we're going down. But this is true, like minus 4D, minus 5D even. These are hellish dimensions. They exist. As above, so below, they exist. So these things, humanity's wounds festering deep and dark under there, they were cut off. I mean, think about the course of human history, the royals, the kings and queens that have been in power for thousands of years, hiding deep and dark things like humanity's enslavement is hidden. Can you imagine? So people who are here, enslavement, in all kinds of ways, right? Enslavement, they didn't even know they're enslaved. Today, most of humanity is enslaved in a system that is unfair, that causes them to suffer. And they don't understand what they are in. They have not awakened, right? And at some point, if you go deeper and deeper, and this splits off, then it's difficult. You cannot awaken. And that's where we have those cycles, the Kali Yuga, all those cycles. And right now, if we split off like this and like this, then these people who have not awakened may stay in the negative dimensions for thousands of years in another cycle, these cycles that happen. And do we really want that? It's hard to say, my friends. What do you think? It's hard to talk about. And I don't want to condemn them, but that's what I'm seeing. Some people say that all of humanity will rise. There will not be a split. But what about the negative soul groups who choose not to connect to the light, who choose to stay negative, who have no connection to the divine, are not connected to God. Like the Draconians, the Anunnaki, who actually come from different planets. They came here and they're negative beings inherently. It's just what they are. What if they don't choose the light? They're now humans too. They've been incarnating on our planet. What if some earther souls or other people who are just like here, or whole countries, what if they don't awaken? What's going to happen? At some point, Gaia has to rise. That is the nature of all life. Gaia has to rise. The timeline has been established. And at some point, we have to lift off and go up there too. We can't stay here forever, or else, it's going to be too late. There will be a split. This is what I see in one perspective. Another perspective is that all will rise. And I hope that perspective is correct, but we are here to openly discuss all perspectives and what I feel, what I see. Let me just once more, please. Okay. Let's call in. Oh, are you ready for this? It's always full of surprises what happens here. You know who came in when I was on my walk as well? You're coming in now. I knew you were going to come. This is a Pleiadian circle of priestess elders that I saw, that was revealed to me like a couple months ago. And it's a circle of elders, beautiful Pleiadians from Alcyone. And they're coming in. They're coming in right now. Just open yourself to feel these beautiful souls. It's a circle. I'm seeing the planet Alcyone, which is one of the main stars of the Pleiades, right? And it's 6th, 7th dimensional, really high, really high. But I'm seeing them as people, still physical. And we are in this very old stone castle. It's kind of a little bit like Stonehenge, but more of like a very old castle or temple. And we're all there like in a circle, beautiful Pleiadians. And let me see why they have come in, what they're going to say. Okay, let me see. Please feel this. The Pleiadians, I call them the mothers of mankind. The Arcturians, the fathers of mankind right now, as guiding lights, guiding forces, and supporting forces for us. So the Pleiadians, they are just showing me such powerful, strong, loving vibrations, like immense, like godly vibrations of love. They are showing me, and they're telling me love makes anything and everything possible. The power of love, of divine love. I mean, love is everything, right? The higher you go, the more based on love your life will be. And those spiritual people who don't really ascend, it's because they're not truly based on love. You're going to have to do the love and light thing 100% to rise, because the higher you go, the more you're unified, and the more the field of love is everything there is. And they're showing me such a beautiful, like a pink field of love like this. And it's expanding and it's wrapping around the planet, around everyone. And they're reminding me, my friends, they're reminding me that every single being in this universe has a point of light inside them, very deep inside their heart, even if they're disconnected from source. And it's there. And so hidden, so deep is the wish of every being to be loved, to feel love, and to connect with the Creator or with the Divine Mother, right? And they're saying that no matter, I'm sorry that I said that before. I said maybe they don't want to connect to the light, but they're reminding me every being wants to connect to the light, yearns for it so deeply, and they feel they can't. That's why they hurt others, because it's what they want most. It's what they want most. So they're showing me that this heavenly love that is so strong is strong enough to wrap around the world and to awaken and activate and bring back to God every single being that there is on earth. They're saying it's absolutely possible. And in the end, everyone will have that choice. And in the very, very, very end, I don't know when, they say they all will return to the Creator. They all will choose love and light at some point. They will. In this cycle now, we don't know. But they're saying don't discard the idea no matter what you see, because they're showing me again the quicksilver threads of the Akashic records of the quantum field. They're all possibilities in time and space. And they're telling me, you are the one who always talks about magic, Natascha. You are the one. So feel into it and keep open the possibility of all beings ascending to the light and ascending in that timeline through the grace of the divine, through the grace of that love. And also, they're saying that's why we are here. That's why we are here. And they mean you and me, not them. They're up there. They're up there. Some of them are incarnated here, right? But they're saying we, the starseeds, have the power to expand our love to such a degree that all beings will choose love and light in the end. It's possible, and that's why we're here. And they're reminding us of that. You know, the theme of love has come through so strong. And what they're saying is, you have the choice. Like they're speaking to you and to me, but to you. Like you have the choice to spread divine love, to choose divine love in every moment, like I said, to include every being in your thoughts and prayers of ascension, in the possibility of ascension, because what you feel and think, you can create. And if more people create the possibility of all beings to ascend in their actions and prayers and thoughts, they have more chance to do it, because all of us together create the reality. We each have a reality. But if a lot of us create the same reality, the same blessings, the same purpose, the same possibility, then that will be possible. So they're saying that each one of us is so important. I mean, if you've watched my videos, I always tell you, you're important, you're important. And for years, I've said things from my heart, which I didn't really understand why I said them. But, you know, recently I've been understanding why. So we are so important because we are the ones that are able to reach that little spark here. I'm going to draw the heart, a spark of light in the heart of every negative being even. And they can feel it. And then they can make the choice to give up all the negativity. It's like, give it up and connect. And it's difficult for them because of what they've done. The lower someone is, the worse things they've done, the more they feel that they have to do even worse things because they feel they're not worthy. They will not be accepted. God doesn't love them. Everybody will hate them. If they now come to the light and, you know, continue and people know what they've done, they will hate them. You know? Do I believe there is a hell? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Sadly, there is. That's hell. The negative dimensions. It does exist, but we don't have to be part of it. It doesn't have to exist in our world. Right now, it is existing in our world as we see things showing up. They're coming from hellish dimensions, all these things, right? So the power of your light, the power of your high vibrations, your kindness, right? This has to be translated into actions. That's why we are here. That's why we are here. Here. I'm going to draw a big heart around this, okay? That's why we have decided, that's why we are all maybe having trouble. I have a lot of trouble still. Sometimes I think, wow, why do I have so much trouble still? Because I choose to stay in the third dimension and do things that are not only for my benefit to ascend. Like, I want to help, I want to serve. I'm here to serve humanity. That's all I'm here for. That's my main purpose. That's like, I want to serve. That's what I want to do. And I know you guys do too. You want to serve. You want to help humanity rise. And that's why we are here. That's why we have the power of love. That's the power of love, right? That power of love is so strong that we can save all beings, all beings. We can reach these beings through actions, through vibration, but through actions. That's why every day you're tested. Every day you have the opportunity to activate a heart. Every day you have the opportunity to change someone's life. How? Through acting on the base of divine love. Through being compassionate, being kind, seeing people, talking nicely to them, doing your work with love, right? If you're a coder, code love into the computers. I've done that with some people I've worked with. When you talk to someone, look at them. If they're feeling bad, say a kind word, right? Don't think of yourself only. Don't be selfish. I know you guys are not, but sometimes we're wrapped up in my problems. I have such problems. Why do you focus on other people who have not awakened, that need you, even though they might be slightly mean to you? Your family members who maybe are mean to you, that you incarnated it in to break open some ancestral karma. Why don't you see everyone with such compassion, even the mean ones, the horrible ones? See them with compassion because they're lost. They're not happy. Speak love, spread divine love, be kind, weave your magic. Look for ways to uplift other people. Look for ways to just give love and hugs and be the example, and have people look at you and say, wow, such a person. She's making my day. Like, sometimes one smile can save a life, So, this is what I'm getting. We have the opportunity to take everyone with us, even though I'm seeing the split. So be open to that. There is a split. We are moving into the fifth dimension, but we are here to do the work. That's why we are still in trouble and worries. So, if that resonates to you, you know what to do this next year, 2026. Because I feel, even though, there's still different possibilities, the quantum field is still going round and round. We are still in the possibility of taking everyone with us. That's what the Pleiadians just told us. So I will try to think more positively of humanity slowly going up. I think it's going to take a little time, but this year is going to be very important. It's so important. And it's interesting. What you see that happens out there is a manifestation of the dimensions and the forces coming out. So everything that happens is manifested in the collective. So if you see things happening negatively, okay, we can accept that, but we know that these things have to break open. These things have to come to the surface in order to be revealed and dissolved in the light so we can rise. So every time some bad news comes, you should be happy. It's like a wound breaking open, and being released. And then it can be cleared and healed. So this is really interesting. Oh my goodness. Are we at an hour already? Woo! Okay. Wow. You're experiencing negative agenda from your neighbor. All around us, my friends, all around us. But we have to navigate this with wisdom, with divine love, with non-judgment, being an example. Okay. Okay. Now, we've gone very long. I don't want to make these sessions so long because then afterwards it's difficult for others to watch it. They don't like such long things. But I feel it's really important. So let's see if we can quickly answer a few questions. So I feel that this is what's happening. This is what's happening with the Great Split. And I hope you all now understand the concept of the different dimensions, 3D, 5D, and all of that, right? Hopefully. Okay, let's see. Questions. Hell does not exist in religious terms, as all religions were created by fallen angels. Oh yeah, we're not talking religion. Gaia will rise, with or without us. With us! With us, Patricia! We can choose to get on board. Beam us up, Scotty! Yeah, you know, I sometimes feel I live more up there than here. I live like in the higher realms with my spirit, with my soul, with my thoughts, even though I'm walking the earth, you know, but I know I'm still here. So it's a beautiful thing. If you're feeling bad, just connect to the higher realms and then you can manage earth better. Okay. If split is happening in an alternative universe, if the split is happening in an alternative universe, well, yes, they happen all the time. They happen all the time. Let me see if right now. Okay, what I'm getting, what I'm getting is life mirrors itself a lot. So what's happening now here on Earth, in alternative universes, it's also happening. It's also happening. Now, I don't want to go too crazily into all the different timelines and all these things because our human minds are just going to be blown. I mean, this is going to this would expand into different timelines with all possibilities, and it's crazy. So we have to try to stay in some sort of understanding, right? Because we have third dimensional brains, we can't see millions of timelines. But I just saw what you said is right. It is happening in an alternative universe mirroring us. That's what I saw. I hope that makes sense. Okay, let's see. Do you have more questions? Oh, it's trying to give me some weird thing here. Okay, let's see. What's the best way to live in higher realms or timelines? You know what? Tomorrow's live stream, I'm going to do another one. This is a series of 3 live streams. I'm going to talk about that. How to live in higher realms. How we can be ascended, what we can do for ascension, to escape the matrix a little bit, to really live a multi-dimensional life, even though we're still here. Tomorrow, I'm going to do a list of things of how to do it. Today was just trying to see and channel what's going on. And tomorrow, we're going to have a how-to. So please come back tomorrow. It's going to be a list of things to do. I've planned that already. What happens here does matter in other dimensions. And what happens in your life, the choices you make now, affect your other lives from past or future timelines and your other incarnations in the stars. Because if we step away from third dimensional time, which goes like this, when we step away from that, everything is happening simultaneously in all your lives, your other bodies, your other incarnations are all woven together, and your soul is in the center. So a choice you make now or the way you live now affects your other incarnations because you're one whole being, right? Does that make sense? So that's really interesting. So let's see. Questions, my friends. You're welcome. If you have questions, ask them now. I'm going to go back up. If there were some questions here. This realm was hell. We incarnated here to bring heavens back to this realm. It is partially hellish. It is true. Yes. So, karma question mark. Listen, karma is a huge subject, and I work a lot with karma. I work a lot with clearing karma, right? So, let me see. Let me see. I'm going to go back down again. Write your questions now. Write them now. I can't go back up. And while you're writing your questions, tomorrow we will have another live stream at the same time. Then I'm going to invite you right now to the 30th. So that's kind of like the culmination of this 2026 series. We're going to have a masterclass to envision and call in your 2026. And it's free or paid, whatever you like. So I'm going to drop it down below and in the comments. So come to that masterclass. It's going to be amazing. So all of this that we've talked about, we're going to actually practice. We're going to clear 2025 for you. And we're going to drop into our hearts and remember our true heart's desire that was seeded into a heart, that we seeded into our hearts at the moment of our conception. We're going to remember that, and we're going to move forward and create our best timeline for 2026. We're going to work. We're going to do it with pen and paper and stuff. And you guys are all invited. So that's going to be to set your 2026 to be really successful and happy and sovereign. So I already have it up as a webinar that you can sign up for, paying sliding scale from $0 to $99. What do you think of that? So those of you who right now don't have a lot of cash flow, you can come anyways. Okay, so I want to invite you for that. It's going to be super powerful. If you think this is good, if you like this type of stuff, my friends, come to that webinar, to that masterclass, because we're going to be working on your specific 2026. And it's going to be, you're going to leave that masterclass knowing where you're going, what you want, and how to do it. This is really important and different than the usual ones, where they do business plans and stuff like that. This is going to be like magical. And already some beings from up there, they announced themselves that they will come. I'm like, okay, I won't tell you who yet. So come and sign up for that masterclass, okay? I'm going to drop the link into here right afterwards. Okay, now, any questions? Just being here calms your nervous system. Mwah, thank you so much. That is really great. I'm happy. Thank you. How do we prevent ourselves from getting despondent? Can you explain what you mean by despondent? I don't quite understand that question. Sometimes I forget that I have spiritual support. I've lived a life where I haven't had earthly people's support. Oh, yes. I think that's most of us. Most of us don't have the support we need from other humans. I live with my guides by my side all day long. If it weren't for them, I wouldn't be here now. I would have been like gone down, because I've had so much trouble, so many heartbreaks and things like that in the last couple of years. Like, it was really hard, but the guides showing up for me when I needed them, and me being able to work with them, and my guides creating miracles daily for me saved me. Spiritual support is everything, my beautiful friends. That's why next year I really want to focus on that. Make sure you're subscribed. Hit the subscribe and the little bell, because sometimes I just go live like this. So we have to support each other and be here for each other. And we shall next year, to help you call in your guides as well. We choose hard situations to learn. Yes, you're right about that too. To learn our lessons. You're very right about that. Run down, feel the despondency and let it go. The despondency. Cognitive dissonance. Oh, yes. What time will you set up the masterclass? Okay, the masterclass is on the 30th at 1 p.m. New York time. It's because I'm in Germany. I can't do it later. Here it'll be 8:30. No, here it'll be 7 p.m. Okay, so it's going to be 1 p.m. New York time. Hopefully you guys can come. If not, secretly watch it while you are working, and then those who signed up will get the replay afterwards, so you can work through it again. Okay, so let's see. No, you don't have to turn on your cameras. I was actually going to do it on YouTube as a YouTube live to not pressure anyone, but the internet is not so stable, so I am going to do it per Zoom. You can do whatever you want. Oh my gosh. We are flexible. Anything that's comfortable, right? I don't always want to turn on my camera either. Okay. Yes, you can sign up and watch it afterwards. Absolutely. How can someone get rid of or exercise an incubus or succubus spirit? Oh my goodness. Okay. Through your sovereignty and command, you can get rid of any type of negative spirit, okay? I do a lot of karmic clearing. I do a lot of clearing of demonic entities and things like that. So any of you, if you want to do a karmic clearing, right, this is something that is one of my specialties, just so you know, right? I do have one-on-one sessions where I can do all these things. If you want to, you can check that out as well. A lot of you have worked with me anyways. You know this. But you don't need to have really special knowledge or special training to exercise or to clear any negative spirits, demons, anything at all. You just have to remember, know, and trust that you're a sovereign being with free will and choice. And if you will, use your will to expel anything negative from your field, because it's you, you can. So you can do a very simple ritual, however you feel guided, and just sit down, maybe light a candle, call in your guides for support and help, call in the Divine Mother, God, anyone who you want. You just sit down and you command this spirit to go. And it has to go if it's for you. If it's for someone else, you can do it for them, but they have to speak it as well. They have to agree and speak the clearing for themselves, because we're all sovereign beings, right? I mean, we could go into that, but we don't have the time right now. Next year, as a little pre announcement, I will do monthly master classes to do energetic work together with you guys. All right, we're going to do clearings, we're going to do initiations, we're going to do light code activations, we're going to clear demonic beings, we're going to do all kinds of stuff next year. Once a month, we're going to do that, because we need to get working. We need to, become sovereign and powerful and know how to protect ourselves. The 12th dimensional Merkaba shield. I don't know a lot about that. I'm not sure right now. Doesn't seem like an hour. I know. Yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to do that because we really need to do some really good work. Okay, more questions. Star seeds. As the veil thins, the second realm will merge with this realm, the third realm. This is when you'll see two suns in the sky. Get ready. Oh, blue sky. That sounds interesting. Well. Everything is possible. Okay. A question about narcissistic parents. Yeah. If I scroll up too much, I just get lost. So if you have a question, can you write it down once more, and we'll do one or two more questions, and then we will end the stream and convene again tomorrow, where we will talk about how to ascend. And as we know now that we are choosing to stay a little bit on Earth as well, how to navigate this, what to do, because there's some things that are really important, like just some indications. Do this. Like, it's really true. So I was guided to talk about that tomorrow and just make a list of things, just like instructions. Do this. If you wish, of course, that may be helpful to you. Okay. Okay. So no more questions. Are there any more questions? I grew up the sensitive autistic one with narcissistic parents. It's hard. Oh my gosh, it's hard to heal from that kind of abuse. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Really. It's very, very hard. And I mean, the healing is also part of understanding, like going deep. And with this type of viewpoint, that we do choose our parents, we do choose the situations we incarnate in, and why that was. Why did you choose that? And you have to see it from the point of, okay, perhaps I did choose that, to not only feel like a complete victim and completely helpless, to feel that you do have power and there's order in this universe, that you do choose really difficult things for a reason. You see, that way you can empower yourself a little more, and you can heal. It's difficult, but you can. you know, all of us have gone through difficult things, some horrific things, and it is possible to heal. The divine love of our ascended masters, of our divine mother, has the ability to heal every wound, right? And for you specifically, and for all of you who have had really difficult family situations, I want to say thank you for being brave enough to incarnate in those areas to bring light into this world from your perspective, even though you suffered. Okay, so I thank you for that. Really, truly, really, truly. We are warriors. We are now healing, yes. Born perfect for your purpose. Reframe your story through a 3D lens. Those are very wise words. Thank you so much. You'll ask your question again tomorrow, Luna. Is disassociation, oh, here we are again with this despondency or disassociation. Let me see if I understand the question. Is disassociation a spiritual symptom? I would say yes. I would say yes in the beginning when you are awakening and you suddenly see how nobody understands you. Everything that's been happening is very difficult, very negative. You have to disassociate for a while, I feel. You have to like disassociate completely from all these things to be able to survive this. And then later, it's like I feel I've gone kind of full circle a little bit. When you awaken, you disassociate from everything around you, from people, from situations. And you kind of want to distance yourself also from normal people. And later you can come back around and open yourself up to them again because you've been able to heal. You've been able to see from a different perspective that every soul is valuable and going through their thing. And you don't have to expect anything from them. Does that make sense? So, I don't expect other people to be at my level or to understand what I'm saying or to really give me like a spiritual food or anything like that. You can't expect that. Like if you're a starseed coming from these dimensions, you're going to be so different than an earther soul or any other one who has not come from higher dimensions, who just doesn't have that vibrational consciousness, right? And most people around you have not awakened. Maybe they're not even starseeds. So you have to just see them from a different perspective and not expect love, understanding, non-judgment, not expect any high divine qualities from them, but just accept them as they are through the lens of divine love on your side, because you can see and act through divine love and they can't. So don't expect that. Does that make sense at all, my friends? Feeling you're not really in your body. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. That's the thing that I was explaining. I felt like that many times through trauma as well. And through like, when stuff happens, you want to escape and you go to the upper realms and you're floating there. And the trick is being in your body, but also being able to live and walk in the higher dimensions. Be in Christ consciousness flow and have your true multidimensionality like balanced and set. So I felt like that many times, but also it's a form of escape or survival in that moment. So later, when things are a little bit calmer, you can try to really ground yourself back into your body again. So you can be in your body, but have your soul, because you're multidimensional, soar in the higher realms, feel good, live in your heaven on earth in your mind, speak to the ascended masters, ride your dragon, right? So it's possible to do that. Does that make sense? Sad is despondent. A male with tons of feminine energy. I was extremely abused by the toxic world systems that say all males must be this way. Oh yeah, tell me about it. It's so toxic. It's so toxic. It feels like my guys leave if I'd 420. Patricia, you're so funny. Love you, Patricia. Maybe they don't like the 420, Patricia. Maybe you just have to then the next day when you're not 420, tell them, okay, you can come in now, talk to me. Okay. Okay, my beautiful friends, 125. Ooh, that's really long. That's long. Okay, so maybe we should cut the stream off now. End this. I hope it's been eye-opening for you. I hope it's been interesting and helpful what's come out today. And tomorrow we'll come back again, and then you can ask questions. Bring more questions, okay? And maybe we'll have more time for them. Thank you, Luna. Thank you. Me too. I love doing these live streams. And now next year I've planned to do regular live streams twice a week, so I won't disappear on you like for weeks on end like I did this year. But there's been a lot happening, my friends, in my life too, a lot. So next year we need to be present, we need to be focused, we need to like do our work. We can't slack off. So I've dedicated myself to do 2 live streams every week on Wednesday and Saturday, right? And on the first or second Sunday are going to be these beautiful initiations that you guys can do with me as well. So next year we'll be present, we'll do a lot of work, and we will we will rock this like this. We're going to be like, we're going to be masters walking the earth, my friends, right? We're going to do it. We're going to do it together. Next year is going to be really great. You know that? Next year, the world is going to like be a cauldron, but we're going to be whatever. That's okay. I'm walking through burning hell and I'm fine. I'm not burned. See, I am whole because I am a master walking this earth and nothing can really shake me or hurt me. I'm a sovereign master. That's what we're going to be next year, right? So stick around, my beautiful friends. Remember to be subscribed and to be notified so we can do this together, okay? Thank you so much. I'm glad it's been helpful. Wow, I love all your comments. And remember to sign up for the 30th, right? I'll drop that link. The video that I did yesterday, it's already there, the link. So you can go to that video right now and sign up already, right? Remember to scroll down into the information. There you have the little coupon codes for depending if or what you would like to pay for that. Okay, so you can activate that. So I want you to be there. Okay. Yes. Thank you. Love you all. Ciao for now. Bye-bye.